For 3 years, Ali has been kept out of the ring. No place in America is willing to stage an Ali fight. And having had his passport revoked, it is not possible for Ali to fight outside the U.S. Finally, Ali's managers find a haven that will host the fight, Atlanta, Georgia.
I suspect that perhaps at that time, in no other city but Atlanta, could Ali have obtained a license. And I say that because he had been turned down, as I understand it, in about 70-some-odd cities.
It struck me as a strange venue. I knew it was when I called, but I certainly hadn't made any progress in any other venues which weren't so strange. I did know that the black community in Atlanta wielded a lot of power.
The fight took place in Atlanta because Georgia had no boxing commission and no one there could stop it. But it also took place in Atlanta because Atlanta was the center of black political power in the United States. It was in Atlanta that black State Senator Leroy Johnson could marshal the resources to put on a heavyweight boxing match. It was in Atlanta where the blacks in the city exercised sufficient political power.
They had a lot to say about what went on in city government and what could or could not happen in city government. And there was a Jewish mayor. So it was kind of a good mix, good combination.
When they came to me and asked if I would allow this fight to go, it was not inconsistent with my liberal philosophy.
And so when we were fortunate enough to put the fight together in Atlanta and in Georgia, it was a revelation for black people. It was a new day. It was a revolution, so to speak. It was a way of saying to Ali that we are with you and we're behind you.
Because had not Atlanta opened up the door, I don't think any of those venues that had been talked about or gone to would ever have changed their mind. It was a political football. It was really a hot potato nobody wanted. Once Atlanta broke the ice, then there were other venues that said, well, it's okay, look where he did it.
Yes,
Ali was just so grateful and so happy to be back in the ring and for the fight to happen. He didn't say much of anything. Not that much hoopla. He was very reserved and was very businesslike.
I've been off not 1 year, but 3.5 years with a 6-week notice with about the best and the fastest and the trickiest man around today. So we don't have too much time to write poems or make fun. It's all serious business now.
Because you got to remember, Muhammad, as beautiful and athlete as he looked, didn't do anything when he wasn't fighting. In fact, he tried to use that Archie Moore routine with the plastic up to his neck, you know. But he put the plastic on, and don't you know, he went in the gym and tried to rush his conditioning, which you can't do. It's got to come on gradual. So what happened, he got so exhausted, the skin wasn't breathing, and he fought a guy in the gym, and he got knocked down. But he trained real hard for that fight, got himself in great shape, and I liked the Quarry fight because it would bring out the best in him, and I can see where to go from there.
It was a great feeling to see Muhammad smiling a lot, you know, and know that there was a little light at the end of the tunnel to do the things that he loved to do, was fight.